Hi guys, welcome back. So Cappies, let's go ahead, and I wanted to do a little storytelling this Sunday for what is the kind of like the best energy vibe that is coming toward our Capricorn right now. These have been really fun stories so far. The other zodiacs that I've pulled for, that very different storytellings for each zodiac. Some love, some not at all. But I'm always happy about the change in tempo. So the reason I'm looking more at like what's a positive, healing, energetic vibration, the cleansing energy, the protective energy, is because all week I wanted to go ahead and use this amethyst backdrop. So you guys had another video out earlier this week where I talk a lot about, amethyst and what it represents and where it comes from and all of that. So you can check that one out if you missed it. But what is the good vibe? What's a good word? Well, at this point, what we have for Capricorn is they seem to be on a very spiritual path where they are recognizing, perhaps in the past, this Capricorn is aware that if they were not identifying a person or a situation as like, well, this must be my Four of Wands, they're realizing now why it wasn't. I'm going to say this could be a Capricorn that is, they've changed their perception so much. You know how once in a while, I'm thinking of that song right now by Garth Brooks, Unanswered Prayers. It's sometimes the thing that we're like, oh, if only I can have this, and this is going to be my everything, and this person is wonderful, and it's all heavenly, and it's harmonious. And they could have even gone so far as to think they were going to marry this person, or they did marry this person, or they wanted to marry this person. And then it doesn't actually end up working out, or things come to a close. And sometimes that is where we discover how much that situation was not genuinely in alignment with our higher self. It was in alignment with a different part of ourselves. It was the part where it's like, I have a desire to give to someone. So I met someone who wanted to take from me. And that's what the bond was. It wasn't a Four of Wands where it was equal give and take. In my head, I thought it was just what I wanted, but my head wasn't consulting with my higher self that maybe would have been better. And it could have told me, darling, why are you drawn to this person? What's the real reason? Why do you imagine that they're a Four of Wands when in fact they may not be? Four of Wands should be both people equally want to give to each other. Both people equally, have the same desire to nurture a connection. They care about each other's happiness. They care about building and growing together. They care about making more with their energy combined than they would even separate. But they are separate and complete and whole entities on their own. And so coming together is just like, wow, we can double our good vibes. We can double our success. We can double our happiness. But that may not have been, as Capricorn reflects on something, as their higher self lays it out and says, you know what, in truth, if I really ask myself, did they make me happy? Like, did they show me that they cared about my energy? Did they show me that they cared to make sure that I was being satisfied? Did they, show compassion? Did they have interest in really getting to know me, my likes, my dislikes? What part of being with them made me so happy? Was it the times I gave a lot to them and I felt like I love pouring my love into someone because that's what I wanted to do? The reason I suggest it that way is because a connection to our higher self is our connection to love. So I'm going to say this Capricorn has a ton of love within them. They're very spiritual minded as well. And I'm thinking that because they might be quite a powerhouse of beautiful energy, they unwittingly wanted so much to bestow that beautiful energy upon someone, but they didn't stop to contemplate, but is that the right partner for me, in the sense that, because eventually this Capricorn is going to get depleted of all that beautiful energy if they just found a one-way street to pour that energy onto someone who wanted to receive it, but they never gave anything back in return. And I think sometimes it takes getting depleted before we recognize, oh, that's why it wasn't working, because I found the person I wanted to pour energy toward because I have a lot to share. But eventually, when nothing comes back, it's only then that I realized it was a one-way channel of energy output. I never was able to receive anything in return. because I didn't contemplate that in the beginning. So I feel like we've got Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I think that this Capricorn is so, how do I say it? They're so elevated right now that they are saying, huh, now that I've recognized that, let me just sit with this for just a minute. Like, universe, I have a feeling now that I've uncovered some really important pieces of knowledge and important pieces of my own perspective. Let me sit with that and sift through my memory bank and see, is there anything else that I missed? Because right now I'm starting to understand that maybe this is a good place for me to sit and recharge my energy. It's almost like if Capricorn could sit in this, I know this looks like a simple arched doorway, but we have kind of like an East Indian, perhaps mystic. Please forgive me if there's a specific name for this particular. I'm just going to keep using the word mystic. I don't mean to be disrespectful if that's an incorrect term to use, because I know that there is another term, but I can't think of it right now. But they're like covered in ash, and it's a profound like spiritual practice. And I think there's a specific word, and I don't know what it is right now off the top of my head. So forgive me, anyone from the Indian culture, if you have an answer, or if you just you are more worldly than I, please do write that in the comments, so that we all learn a little. And I'll go look it up after I'm done with this video myself. Anyway, there is this energy here where it's as if our Capricorn were able to, like a cell phone charger, if they could sit themselves on a little port and get rejuvenated. That's what this is representing to me. That's what it's making me think of. We already have a very high performing, powerful individual, and it's just time for them to sit in this perfect little arched dome of like, that's the port of like recharging one's batteries. And I feel like Capricorn is aware that there's a reason I'm given this space, this place for me to go ahead and just, let me just get fulfilled. Let me just get like pumped back up. And it's okay if it takes me a little while. We got a 7 of Swords. Yeah, this Capricorn is saying, I want to sift through a few other things that I might unwittingly have lied to myself about. I want to see it clearly. You notice how it's like Twilight, but she wears a brilliant yellow, and like her gold necklace is like absolutely shining. We've got somebody who's like their thoughts are connecting, and light is being shed on anything that previously had been in the twilight. I think this Capricorn unwittingly lied to themselves a little bit about a few things, like maybe what their needs really are, or what their worth is. And they're sifting through these things. They might also be thinking back saying, you know what? I'm also recognizing why I ended up with the person that I did. Maybe they actually told some pretty big whoppers to me. Maybe I dealt with someone who intended to deceive me, and that, what are the red flags that will help me identify that in the future? I want to contemplate this before I move forward. It's like we're savoring the little lessons. By the way, this gorgeous deck that I just picked up with the 7 of Swords in it, this is one of my all-time favorite decks, so I just have to mention it because it's new to me. But this is the Lowcountry Gullah Tarot by Street Priestess, and I'm just in love with this deck. We have the Tower and we have the Emperor. I'm telling you, the reason our Capricorn is taking the time to not just say, okay, I understand why something didn't work out, now I'm just ready to move on. No. Our Capricorn is doing the really intelligent thing, I think, of evaluating what happened. Where were things untruthful? Where did I lie to myself? How did I miss signs and signals that this wasn't true? How did I miss red flags of someone that lied to me? Because I want to make sure that if I contributed at all to this error in judgment, I don't want to do it again, because that would keep me stuck. That would keep me trapped. I'll keep making that same error, and I'm not about to, because here's what I'm headed for. I want this. I want a full-blown emperor. Doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. I don't read for genders. But let's put it this way. I want somebody who can look me in the eyes and I can feel the truth coming out of them. I want somebody with power and dignity, where I know who they really are, and I know that what they say is what they mean, and I know that I'm with a partner that is the real deal. That's what I'm going to have next time. And I love it because this Capricorn is like, they're so attuned to their spiritual sense. They're not down on themselves, or, saying, oh, I'm still so heartbroken and somebody treated me poorly. And I didn't wind up with a Four of Wands relationship. This is a Capricorn who's like, there's a reason that I didn't end up with that previous partner. And I'm going to make sure that I understand what that situation was all about, how I contributed, because I believe in my happiness. I believe in my pursuit of having something powerful and strong. And so I know that there was some kind of a decision-making flaw. Okay, let's put it this way. If we are going to go out and buy, I'll say, a computer, we want to make sure, especially if we're not tech savvy, we want to make sure that we do some research first, right? We want to make sure that we know, what are we going to use our computer for? What kind of a computer would that be like most applicable for? What kind of a processor should it have? What kind of speed and memory storage do we want to have? What are we going to do with it? What kind of programs do we need to be able to put on our computer? So then we have a pretty good idea. If we go shopping, we go, oh, wow, that one's only $350. Yeah, but if somebody goes, oh, it's a great computer, oh, you'll love it, you'll love it, you'll love it, instead of saying, okay, I'll just buy it, we go, but wait, I'm sorry, you said it's a great computer, but how fast does it process? Oh, well, da 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 da. Well, how is that a great computer when that would take so long to do anything, and I've already told you what I need it for? So we can weed out who's like an untrustworthy salesperson, because they might tell us all the right words. Oh, this is great, you're going to love this. This is cheap. This is terrific. Yeah, but I've told you what it is that I need, and you're still trying to say that it's terrific, but these two don't compute, because what I need, it can't do. So your words of saying it's terrific is flat out false. It might be terrific if you don't need any of the things that I need, but I told you what I needed. So that's where it's like, maybe this Capricorn, though, never had those words in their mind to be able to say, this is what I need. This is what I want in a romance. So that's why they're saying, maybe I wasn't totally truthful with myself either. Maybe I didn't have a list of what it is I needed, because I didn't think of it that way. So I meet somebody who tells me, I'm really great, you're going to love being with me. And Capricorn is like, oh my God, what I never did is I never told them this is what I would like to receive from you. Then if they said, yeah, I'll do all that, and they flat out lied, then we know, okay, they were the ones being untruthful. On the other hand, this could be that the Capricorn is being I just love how fair and balanced they are, that they're looking at what parts did I not properly either communicate, or what parts did I not identify in myself? Why was I willing to accept so much less than what I actually wanted? Guess what? This is a whole new Capricorn now. They want this. And they're evaluating, how do I first identify what it is that I want, and then I can go ahead and I can call that in for myself. But first, I got to be honest about what it is that I want. So really, it simplifies things. It seems simple anyway, but I think it takes a lifetime sometimes to get that all sorted out. So this Capricorn is making good progress. We've got that Knight of Cups sideways, and we got the Star card upright. See, this Capricorn is not just saying, I'm going to call in someone who likes me, is romantic, maybe has a bit of, sometimes the Knight of Cups can be like somebody that's in love with love. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. It's so fun when we first get romance. Somebody brings us little flowers. This is morning glories and Gerbera daisies and daffodils, I would say. It's definitely Gerbera daisies. And something blue there too. I just can't tell what it is. Anyway, it's not just, I want somebody to bring me flowers and we have this brief romance. The truth of it is, I want my wish fulfillment. So Capricorn is upping the ante, upping the stakes. What I want is not just a romance, somebody who can begin the honeymoon phase with me, but maybe I haven't contemplated, but do they have the staying power? Are they really going to be my emperor. A knight is rarely an emperor. They could become that, but a knight is usually someone who's still, knights are still exploring who they are. They're still in a process of growing. They haven't fully come to the same conclusion that basically that our Capricorn has, which is I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm pretty much, let's put it this way, an emperor isn't going to dilly-dally with, this is oh gosh, how do I say this without sounding insulting? Let me put it this way. When we're in different eras of life, sometimes we want different things, right? The 42, almost 43-year-old that I am today is not the 18-year-old that I was before. What I'm looking for in careers is different. The things that I consider, like when I was 18, I didn't care about a 401k. Now, as a 43-year-old, of course. So now let's apply that concept to age brackets in romance. An emperor is going to be in that phase of their life where they're probably not going to bother with romances that would be fleeting. They want someone of substance that, they could see building an empire with. And it takes a lot of dedication. You can't really have something flighty when you've got a whole empire to worry about. Capricorn is in that same mindset. I'm not really looking for a knight, however beautiful, attractive, alluring, and delightful those encounters can be. I really want my full-on wish fulfillment, which is in my heart of hearts. I'm not looking for romance. I'm looking for long-term partnership and building my empire. This alone is changing the interview process that Capricorn is going to be utilizing now. They know what it is that they're looking for. So there's going to immediately be wonderful, attractive, fabulous people that are going to be drawn toward Capricorn, and Capricorn is still going to be like, thank you. No, sweetheart. I'm actually looking for something that has a, like, I'll know it when I see it. I want something that's much more long-term, long duration possibility. I want somebody that moves a little slower to really get to know me, maybe, because they're not all about romancing me. They're about getting to know my mind, my intellect, my heart. What do I stand for? What do I believe in? Are we compatible in some really big areas of life? I feel like the entire conversation is going to be the way. We've got 8 of Wands. Conversation is the way Capricorn is going to be. They're recognizing that they want an intellectual connection, I think, before a romancy connection. It could even be that this Capricorn is saying, what will drive me, crazy and make me so attracted to somebody is going to be, what's their intellect like? I want to bond with somebody at that level. That's the key to capturing this Capricorn's heart, is they want an intellectual match first, and then can come sexy time. Ace of Wands. Seriously. Talk, real conversation with me first, then we can get to the passion. This Capricorn is not passionless, not by any stretch of the imagination, but what is more important right now is I need to know that person and see that they understand me, see that they want to build something with me long term. Then the level of our passion is going to be so wild, so intense, because we're meeting at that intellectual space where our bond can be really powerful, much deeper. I feel like our Capricorn is so spot on with what they want at this point, and it makes it so much easier. Page of Cups, here comes that new one. 10 of Cups is gorgeous. 8 of Swords, 9 of Cups. I'm telling you, this Capricorn it's almost like as soon as they think all this out, they get this clear image in their mind of what they want, in comes a new person that they could meet. And they may first see this person with their extended family members, and they're like, wow, that person seems to be like somebody who cares about the individuals in their life. I don't know if they meet this person through family friends, or if it's at some celebratory party, but it's like, wow, I watch how this person is with the other people in their life. That's a stand-up person. I'm almost like, I don't want to think this is too good to be true, because Caps is like, oh, I'm not so sure. Well, guess what? They're going to get the best of all worlds. They're going to be wined and dined by this person, but this person is also approaching them because it's not about what they look like. They feel the same way. This is their emperor. This Capricorn is going to meet their emperor, but I think they're going to meet this person through seeing them interact with others in their life first and realize this is a valuable person, but I don't want to instantly jump to it and say, oh, I think that's my one. I'm going to get to know them first. There's a lot of enjoyment in the process of getting to know each other also. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.